Welcome to the final frontier of technology, where the boundary between human biology and machine intelligence is officially being erased forever. This is no longer science fiction found in movies. This is the brain-computer interface, the fuse for humanity's next dominance battle. Join World Decoder as we decode the technology that will turn us into digital gods, or perhaps into shackled technological slaves. We must look back at the evolution of communication to understand why this chip is the inevitable next step for us. First, we use the clumsy mouse and keyboard, a very slow method to transfer complex thoughts from our minds to machines. Then came the era of touchscreens, speeding up the process, yet our fingers could never match the speed of our neurons. Today we use voice commands, which are quick, but still suffer from the physical limitations of speech and environmental noise interference. The brain chip skips all these intermediate steps, connecting your biological neurons directly with the lines of code in real time. When you think about turning on the lights, the room brightens instantly, removing the lag between your intention and the action. The speed of information transfer is no longer measured in minutes or seconds, but in milliseconds, matching the speed of thought. This battle for the human mind involves formidable players who are racing to define the future of our biological operating system. First is Neuralink, led by Elon Musk, with the ambition to create a digital layer that sits above our biological cortex. Musk wants humans to achieve symbiosis with artificial intelligence, so we are not left behind or discarded by super intelligent machines. Their chips are thinner than a strand of hair, implanted by sophisticated robots designed to avoid damaging the delicate blood vessels. Then there is Synchron, the calmer player, who chooses a less invasive path by using the natural highways of our blood. Instead of drilling into the skull, they guide their chip through blood vessels to access the brain, avoiding open brain surgery. They have already succeeded in helping paralyzed patients send emails and browse the web, using nothing but their focused mental intent. BlackRock Neurotech is the veteran of the industry, with decades of research focused on restoring lost senses and human motor functions. Their technology aims to bridge the gap between damaged bodies and healthy minds, restoring dignity and capability to those who suffer. Now, let us travel forward to the year 2036 and imagine a scenario where this technology has become a daily reality. Education has changed forever. You no longer need to spend 10 years reading books to master a complex new subject. You simply download knowledge of languages, advanced mathematics, or painting directly into your memory through a monthly subscription service plan. Communication evolves into digital telepathy, where two people can exchange complex thoughts and raw emotions without ever speaking a single word. Imagine feeling exactly what your partner feels, bridging the gap of misunderstanding that has plagued human relationships for thousands of years. We may also achieve digital immortality, where your memories and personality are backed up to the cloud before your body fails. Your physical body may perish, but the software that makes up your soul continues to exist forever in the digital realm. However, this is where World Decoder must issue a serious warning about the dark side of unlocking the human mind. If a chip can send signals out, could a malicious hacker send signals back in to control your behavior and actions? Brain hacking is the ultimate nightmare, where your own body could be turned against you by someone holding a remote control. We face the risk of biological inequality, creating a class of superhumans with money and a class of natural, primitive humans. The gap between the rich and the poor will no longer just be financial, it will become a massive gap in intelligence. Privacy is the final concern, as our thoughts are the last private sanctuary that has never been breached by any corporation. If a corporation owns the chip in your brain, they effectively own your most secret thoughts and can use them for advertising. The brain chip is the holy grail of technology, but it is also the Pandora's box of ethics and human rights. In the next 10 years, the war will not be about land or oil, but about who gets to plug into you. We stand before a choice: upgrade ourselves to become superhumans, or remain pure humans but accept being left behind in history. Consider the children born today. By the time they are teenagers, receiving a brain implant might be as common as getting braces. This technology could unite humanity into a single collective consciousness, ending wars caused by the inability to truly understand one another. Military applications are inevitable, with soldiers controlling swarms of drones and processing tactical data faster than any general could ever command. Mental illness could be eradicated, with chips regulating serotonin and dopamine levels to cure depression, anxiety, and addiction instantly and permanently. The blind will see and the deaf will hear as we bypass damaged sensory organs and feed data directly to the brain. Creativity will explode, allowing artists to paint with their minds and musicians to compose symphonies without needing to learn an instrument. Even our dreams could be recorded and watched later like a movie, unlocking the deepest mysteries of our subconscious mind. But imagine a future where you forget how to pay your bill and your enhanced vision or memory is suddenly switched off. Who owns your memories? If they are stored on a server, can they be edited, deleted, or held for ransom by hackers? We risk losing the serendipity of human error, the happy accidents that often lead to our greatest discoveries and unique art. As we replace more of our biology with technology, we must ask the philosophical question: at what point do we cease to be human? Hardware failure is not just an inconvenience. A blue screen of death in your brain could mean permanent brain damage or death. The power to reshape reality will be concentrated in the hands of a few tech CEOs who are unelected and largely unregulated. Legal systems will crumble as we struggle to determine responsibility. Was it the person who committed the crime or the algorithm? There may be a counter movement of people who refuse to connect, choosing a harder life to maintain their autonomy and privacy. The world could fracture into two distinct species, the enhanced Homo deus and the obsolete Homo sapiens, unable to compete together. Security protocols will need to evolve, as the firewall protecting your bank account will be the same one protecting your sanity. Yet the optimists believe this is our only way to survive the rise of AI, by merging with it rather than fighting. With enhanced intelligence, we could solve climate change, cure cancer, and unlock the secrets of the universe in a single generation. The research is accelerating, and regulatory bodies like the FDA are slowly opening the doors for human trials to begin worldwide. You might think you will never let anyone put a chip in your head, but convenience is a very powerful drug. Just as we could not resist the smartphone, we will likely not resist the immense power and convenience offered by the interface. We must also consider the possibility of brain viruses, digital infections that could cause mass psychosis or erase memories from millions. Will we lose the ability to be bored, to be silent, to simply exist without a constant stream of information feeding us? The barrier between the physical world and the digital world is dissolving, and soon there will be no distinction between the two. Social unrest is likely as the debate heats up between bioconservatives who want to remain natural and transhumanists who want to evolve. This is a one-way street. Once we open the door to modifying our own brains, there is likely no turning back. Future generations may look back at us as we look at cavemen, wondering how we survived with such limited, isolated biological hardware. The infrastructure is already being built, the satellites are launched, and the code is written. Only the final connection remains pending. Screens will become obsolete relics of the past, as all visual information will be projected directly onto our visual cortex layers. Empathy could be quantified, as we will be able to see the emotional state of others displayed as clear, undeniable data. The black market for neural data will be lucrative, creating a new type of crime that police are currently unprepared to fight. The battle for your attention will move from the screen in your hand to the very center of your conscious mind. Engineering challenges remain, such as heat dissipation and rejection by the immune system, but these are hurdles that will eventually fall. We are attempting to marry the infinite creativity of the biological mind with the raw processing power of silicon-based quantum computing. For the sick and the elderly, this technology is a miracle that cannot come soon enough, offering hope where there was none. For the healthy and the young, it is a temptation to gain an unfair advantage in a hyper-competitive capitalist society. We must ensure that in our quest for intelligence, we do not sacrifice the emotional depth and wisdom that makes us human. The singularity is approaching, and the brain-computer interface is the bridge we are building to cross over into that unknown era. From restoring limbs to downloading skills, from telepathy to immortality, the potential is limitless, but so are the profound ethical dangers. The technology is inevitable, so the question is not if it will happen, but how we will navigate the consequences. World Decoder wants to know your thoughts. Would you volunteer to be among the first to implant a chip in your brain? Or would you prefer to stay purely biological, even if it means being slower and less capable than the enhanced population? This has been a deep dive into the future of humanity. Thank you for exploring the decoder of our world with us. If you found this analysis thought-provoking, please like this video and subscribe to our channel for more deep dives into technology. The future is coming faster than you think. Stay curious, stay human, and keep decoding the world around you every day. This is World Decoder, signing off. See you in the next video.